So I wanted to start off this video with something that I haven't done yet, which is just to start it off with a short story. And I'm not privy to the origins of the story. I just know that it's not mine before anybody wants to hit me with any kind of copying and plagiarizing, anything like that. I'm not even 100% sure of the actual name, so I'm going to just refer to it as The Fisherman and the Businessman.
A successful businessman on vacation was at the pier of a small coastal village on a small boat with just one fisherman docked. Inside the small boat were several large yellowfish tuna. The businessman complimented the fisherman on the quality of his fish and asked how long it took to catch them. The fisherman proudly replied, "Every morning I go out with my boat for about 30 minutes to fish. I'm the best fisherman in my village." The businessman, perplexed, then asked him, "If you're the best, why don't you stay out longer and catch more fish? What do you do the rest of the day?" The fisherman replied, "I sleep late, fish a little, play with my children, spend quality time with my wife, and every evening we stroll into the village to drink wine and play guitar with our friends. I have a full and happy life." The businessman scoffed, "I am a successful CEO and I have a talent for spotting business opportunities. I can help you be more successful. You should spend more time fishing, and with the proceeds buy a bigger boat. With the proceeds from the bigger boat, you could buy several boats. Eventually, you would have a fleet of fishing boats with many fishermen. Instead of selling your catch to just your friends, you can scale to sell fish to thousands. You could leave this small coastal fishing village and move to the big city where you can oversee your growing empire." The fisherman asked, "But about how long would all of this take?" To which the businessman replied, "About 15 to 20 years. "But what then?" asked the fisherman. The businessman laughed and said, "That's the best part. When the time is right, you would announce an IPO and sell your company's stock to the public and become very rich. You would make millions." "Millions? Then what?" The businessman said, "Then you would retire, move to a small coastal fishing village where you would sleep late, fish a little, play with your kids, spend time with your wife, stroll to the village in the evenings where you could sip wine and play your guitar with your friends."
I really enjoyed this story because obviously it's very short, sweet, to the point, but I feel that it definitely gives a really strong message to make you think about things on a small scale, but also your life overall, my life overall. It helps to ask the question, at least from my point of view, of asking why. And it comes to my mind when you're asking yourself questions of why are you setting this goal? Why are you wanting to achieve something? Why do you want this thing or this person or whatever it is that you want? For what reason? Yeah, I'll just use the example that the story used of achieving millions, becoming rich, so on and so forth. And it feels like today, whether or not it's only in our generation type of thing or in the 2023 era, or if this is something that has been going on for a very long time, I'm not sure. But it feels like people will pursue fame or fortune or notoriety, all these different lofty, great things, but never ask themselves why they want it. People will want to be in a relationship, but not ask themselves, why do they want this specific person, or why do they want to be in a relationship at all? Versus, if you do ask those questions, you might end up finding out possibly that you don't really actually want this thing. You don't want, all the wealth in the world. You just want to have some type of security. Or you don't want to be in a relationship. You just want somebody to make you feel loved or to give you attention. You don't actually want to have fame and to be a super, amazing singer or rapper or, pianist, but you just want people to tell you or to reassure you, to validate that you have value or that you are important in some type of way. But we kind of hole fill, and we use all these other different things in our lives in order to plug up these different holes, these different gaps and things that we're missing, rather than asking that why question over and over until we truly understand where it is that we're missing things in our life. So that's one of the perspectives that I really get from that story, why I enjoyed it so much. It's something that I keep in mind with my journey through content creation and through other endeavors that I have, and try to ask myself that question of why a lot as well. Why am I doing this particular thing? What am I trying to get out of it? Because it just helps me to stay focused on what's really important because sometimes you can get distracted in society. I hate using terms like the society or the world, all these different very like bit larger than life sayings. I feel like it kind of trivializes things. People say it way too much and it kind of loses its meaning. But society will get you to have like a warped sense of self and a warped sense of what is really important. So you'll start pursuing large things, bigger things, better things, and it's not really what you need. It's not really what you truly want. It's just what you're convinced by somebody else, just like the businessman. You're convinced that that's what you truly need and what you truly want. So this is a short video. I wanted to just cover that real quick. It's something that I've actually procrastinated on doing a lot. I did not edit or create this short video to go along with the story. I hired somebody off of like a freelance website. I'm going to say the name, even though they're not paying me. But at some point, if Fiverr wants to pay me, I will happily take their money. But I hired somebody off of Fiverr, gave them the story, told them to draw it, illustrate. I can't think of the word, to illustrate it out. I got maybe 2 drafts, and this is the second draft that I liked. I didn't want to go back for more, so I figured that this was just enough to get through the video, and it was sufficient for me. So I sat on this for maybe a year or so, maybe almost 2 years. Why I procrastinated and held off from making it, I have no idea. But I finally sat down and decided I'm going to do it. I appreciate you for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave some of your thoughts on contentment, on being satisfied, being appreciative. If there are some better words that you may think of in your mind, let me know. Besides maybe contentment, maybe you could think of something else. And I'll have playlists of other videos, other interviews that you may also enjoy. I appreciate you for stopping by, and I'll talk to y'all later.